While it's important to pay homage and respect to the source material, if you're going to adapt a book into a screenplay, therefore into a film, you've got to remember you can only shoot the screenplay, you cannot shoot the book. Some things just don't translate as well on film as they do in a book when you're reading it. Plus, an audience member in a cinema is there to watch the film through the medium of film, not there to experience it as they would in the book. With that being said, I am Matt, your Thumbmaster, here with The Dark Tower. Only a few days prior did I realise this is adapted to a Stephen King series of 9 books. Apparently this is the 8th book. The 8th book is called The Dark Tower. It's the story of Jake Chambers, played by Tom Taylor. Now Jake has visions, premonitions if you will, of a gunslinger and the man in black taking down a tower that brings the end of the world. His mum and stepfather believe that he is crazy, so they decide to send him to a psychiatric facility. However, he escapes through a pretty good chase sequence, and he locates an abandoned house seen in his dreams. Through that house he enters a portal, and he ends up in the post-apocalyptic world of Midworld. Through that Midworld he finds Roland Deschain. Deschain? I can't pronounce it. In Midworld he finds the last gunslinger, Roland Deschain, played by Idris Elba. At the same time, Walter Paddock, played by Matthew McConaughey, discovers that he is the key to bringing down the Dark Tower, thus the end of the world. I struggle with this film, but the best way I can describe it as is meh. Seriously, it's so boring and so uneventful, and even the actors themselves look bored. Idris Elba, Matthew McConaughey, they usually bring a formidable presence to their work. However, in this, they are lacking so much energy. Idris Elba plays the enigmatic brute. Matthew McConaughey, their suave, sophisticated manipulator. They executed those roles or similar roles in the past so much more beautifully. But they really are lacking energy here. Like, they don't give a damn. And it's like going to a theatre show, seeing the actors perform, and full well knowing that they partied just a little too hard the night before. Now, Tom Taylor does make the most of this. He's young and it's a mainstream film, so why wouldn't he? The most experienced actors who are selling this film, they are bored, and it's contagious, because if they're going to be bored, we might as well be bored too. Not only that, the film moves at such a rapid pace, you're thrown so much plot within 95 minutes, but they don't ever explore any of it. Roland and Jake, they build a strong relationship, but it's so flat because there is no depth there. There is too many cooks for one broth. Now there are some nice individual scenes to watch here, such as the chase sequence in the beginning, or when Roland comes to Earth and they execute the fish out of water arc. That's the only opportunity for levity, the only chance for the audience to laugh as well. That's another problem with this film. It is so dark and murky, but because there is no depth, it just leaves you feeling empty. I mean that emotionally and literally. There is one action set piece particularly that takes place in the woods at night. The camera keeps cutting so rapidly, but it's so shaky as well. It's hard to distinguish what, who and where. It just drives you away from the action and you feel distant from the film itself. I appreciate that they didn't feel the need to go over 2 hours. A mainstream film not breaching 2 hours is very rare in this day and age. And I feel like they were offering so much. They were trying to, they wanted to. But they got complacent and weren't aware of the time. And so it just feels clunky, rushed and emotionless. I can't keep going on about this. I'm bored. I'm actually bored talking about it. This film is so boring. They chuck so much at you with so little substance that you just take a step back, hold your hands up and say, I can't make out any of this. I'm going to ignore it. Apparently they want to make a sequel, but they haven't earned our time. Not even 95 minutes worth. I feel like I'm being harsh here, but they didn't have a clue. But I do feel like they were trying. But this film gets a thumbs down. But what did you think? Did you like it? Comment on the section below. Then you should like, share and subscribe to find out more from Thumbmasters. It's a movie. I like movies. I'm always going to like movies because movies are my jam. I don't know what that was. I need a girlfriend.